Once you've gathered some more ideas and some screenshots of things that inspire you, it's time to bring those into Illustrator and start our mood board. So you can start with anything. I typically will just create a new document here and I'll change it from portrait to landscape, change my units to inches, and hit OK. Now with this ready to go, the next piece of this is bringing in those screenshots we just took. So I went ahead and cleaned up my files a little bit too. Just a reminder, this is my file structure. I've got my assets, my design files, and the files sent. Inside my assets, I'll save fonts or photos or any, in this case, all of my ideas that I gather here. And then my design files, I'll save right here in this AI file since this will be an Illustrator project. So coming back over to my ideas real quick, these are all of the ones that I've gathered. I can highlight all of them and drag and drop right into Illustrator. And it should bring them all in. And now as soon as, let's see here, there we go. As soon as they're all loaded, what I'm going to do is highlight all of these. I'm going to come into Window and open up my Links panel. Because remember, when we drag and drop stuff like that, it links to that image. So if we ever move those images anywhere else or name them or delete them, they will no longer be in this Illustrator document. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click this little drop down in my links panel and I'll click embed images. So all those blue X's will go away. And now I don't have to worry about these getting lost or misplaced. And you see I've got that icon here next to the file name in my links panel telling me these are in fact embedded. All right, so now with my images here, I'm just going to zoom out real quick and I just start moving these around just to get them. And you can be a little ADD like me and get them all lined up straight, or you can just throw them around wherever you want. Doesn't really matter. I've got my selection tool up here selected, and I'm just kind of dropping these in all around my artboard to inspire me as I work on this project. So you can see I grabbed a handful of different images, whether it was because I like the typography or the color combination, or maybe it was the style of logo, or in this case, you know, I've got a little textured logo that I wanted to remember to show you how to do textures. This could be like a family crest since we're doing your name. We could also use some of these for different color combinations or styles. This one I wanted to remember to show you how to reflect things so you can make the shape once and copy it to the other side. This one I wanted to show you how to make a reflected image. So anyway, they're all here for different reasons that I was inspired by. So bring in your photos, get them going, and then now before we make it too far, let's hit save or hit Command S to save as, and we'll call it your name dash logo dash moodboard. That way you can always find it later and remember what it was for, okay? I'm just going to throw this onto my desktop real quick just so you don't have to wait for me. I'll hit save. I'll hit save again, and now we've got our document saved and we're ready to dive in. The next thing I typically do is I'll start thinking about some color options, and usually while I'm thinking about color now, I don't show color to clients until about the second or third round, and the reason why is we want to focus on the shape of this thing first. But since we're here and I want to show you how I typically work, this is what we're going to do. So I get the rectangle tool, hit the letter M, click and drag, and a lot of times I'll hold down the shift key to get a perfect square. Lately though, I've been doing long horizontal bars, and I'll just throw some color in there just so I can see it. And the reason why is I feel like I can see more of the color without it taking up as much of the vertical space. So now I'll zoom in here. I'll click once. Now Alt, click and drag straight down. I'll let go, and now hit Command D a few times. So there's one section. I'll highlight those, Alt, Shift, and I'll drag that down. Maybe hit Command D one more time. So now I've got 3 different sets of color options I could play with. I'm just going to highlight all of these, hit the letter E to get my free transform tool, and I'm just going to scale it down a little bit so it fits on there. And now what I can do is grab my eyedropper tool, and I can select any one of these. I'll select that blue, and I'll hold down Alt to paste it over here. And I'll just repeat that step a couple times here to grab some of these colors that I like from this logo. And maybe this gray. Okay, so there's one color sample, and then let's make another color sample here. And again, I just hit Command S to save. I save all the time. I can't emphasize that enough. We'll bring this guy up here. Maybe we like this color scheme. Letter I, click once. And there we go. So there's the color from this logo. And let's grab one more here. Maybe this, I like this one over here actually. So letter I, I'll click, that's actually white. So what I do when I want a white sample, I'll actually click on the stroke fill. I'll make it black. Oops, make sure your object's selected. I'll make it black. Then I'll click on the stroke window down here, and I'll change my weight from 1 point to 0.25. So it's very thin, but that way it shows up as like a white box without being too dominant on the page. So that's how I would show white in my color scheme. Get the eyedropper tool again. Let's grab the brighter orange of this, and then the darker orange in this, and then this looks kind of like a purple, almost like a really dark purple violet. All right, so there's another color scheme. At this point, we've got a pretty good mood board going on as far as colors I like, logos that I like, and things that I want to play with. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save right now. And then in the next lesson, we're going to dive in and start bringing in our own assets, our own ideas, and our text.